Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thanks very much for joining me for this week's Friday Sews video, which is where I talk about what I have been sewing, what I will be sewing and a little bit of life as well. So as always, a huge thank you to Jen, the creator of the Friday Sews hashtag. So I hope you've all had a lovely week. Our good weather has now disappeared. It is a decidedly wet and dreary Easter weekend, but never mind. I thought I'd wear my Easter bunny jumper. I got this fabric last year from a lovely viewer here called Anne. Thank you very much. She very kindly gifted me this bunny fabric. I think it's a Fabric Mama fabric, and I had just enough to make myself a jumper. It's a Billy jumper, a Tilly and the Buttons Billy, and also to make matching jumpers for my two boys. So we're all wearing them today. I just had to colour block the sleeves in them, but I absolutely love them. I think it's really, really cute, and just, yeah, I'm really happy to wear it today, and I love matching with my little boys, as you're well aware. So thank you, Anne. So yes, trying to cheer ourselves up on a very, very dreary day. An awful lot of you last week were with me as regards the washing line. So when the weather is good, we get as much washing done, and aren't we glad now because the good weather is gone and we're just delighted we've got so much washing done. But anyway, I also want to say a huge thank you to all the golf messages. Mr. French Seams thoroughly enjoyed the Masters last weekend. I think we all agree it was a great result, and yeah, he was absolutely delighted. He stayed up to the very, very, very end watching every single minute and has been reliving it ever since. So yeah, an awful lot of you out there got a bit of sewing done last weekend because of the Masters too, which is great. So I wanted to loop back on the happy post I got last week as well from the very lovely Rita. Thank you very, very much. I want to show you the fabric in more detail because I gave it a total whirlwind view last week when it came through the post at the perfect time. But here it is. I just picked up one of the pieces here to show you the little panels on it, and it is just fabulous. Thank you so much, Rita. You are so good. And I wanted to highlight the designer of it, and it's written on the selvage here, and it's by Lorelei Harris. So just to give you an idea, so it's absolutely fabulous. So thanks again, Rita. And she also popped in a little bit of ban roll, which is the really, really cool stuff that you use to do little baby hems, maybe on like a bias cut skirt, things like that. The lovely Cara from So Mad has a wonderful vlog about how to use this ban roll as well. So I'm really, really keen to give this a go, Rita, because I made a few bias cut skirts last year and fudge the hem just to kind of overlock and turn under, but I really, really want to give this a go. I think it's going to give a beautiful finish, so thank you very, very much for that. So what have I been getting up to this week? So shall we dive straight in to the knitting, and I'll spend 5 minutes, I promise, talking about knitting. So I have kind of finished my socks. Well, I say kind of because I need your advice. Here they are. So happy with them. They are just brilliant. I loved doing it. It's the trusty socks, and I did the wrap and turn on the heel. So I have bound these both off. They're not blocked or anything. One of the bind offs went very, very well using Jenny's extremely stretchy bind off. I think that's what it's called. So it worked out quite well. It gives this really cool kind of finish. But then the other one, it still has a little bit of resistance, and I have actually done both of them twice because the first time I couldn't even get it over my heel. So I'd like your advice. Have I done it wrong? I'll pop in the YouTube video of the one that I followed. Maybe perhaps you have a better one, but I'm so delighted with these. I'm not going to say they're finished because I want to. I might actually rip back this again and do it again. Yes, I am that much of a perfectionist, but I want to get this right. So I'm going to say they're 99.99% finished, but I just think they're really, really cool. So I'm delighted with those. So that was my knitting. I did some Easter sewing. So you'll cast your minds back to last week when I said I was going to make carrot treat bags and I was going to make bunny bags, and I did, and they were just great. I made these all at the weekend when Mr. French Seams was otherwise occupied. So I made the little carrot treat bags, so they all have chocolate in them now. This is the carrot, so this is what it looks like. Sans chocolate, without chocolate. So there you go, you got 2 seams, and then at the back you just have a little tie. So these are teeny weeny little, they're not ruler loops, they're not kind of turned out, they're just folded, and you make these little bunny or carrots, and they're really, really cute. So I did have orange fabric, which was great. I had enough orange fabric in my stash to make 4 carrot bags, and yeah, I wasn't going to make any more. So this is from the All People Quilts blog, and I link it down below. It's okay to follow. It's okay to follow. I would have done things slightly differently next year, but it's a really, really cute little project, and I literally made 4 in a row, and it was super quick, but I think these are adorable. Then also I made the little bunny treat bags, and here they are. So I think I actually made about 10 of these. So here they are, they're also full of chocolate. So a little purple ribbon and a little green ribbon. I think these are adorable. These are fat quarters that I was very, very kindly gifted from Lorraine, so thank you so much. So this is what they look like flat. So they've got little ears that are front and back. They're not lined. Life is probably too short to line your bunny bags, but you do you. And here's a little bag. It's actually done in a really, really cool way. It just asks you to cut out 5-inch squares, and then you trace the template and then sew your tracing line. So it's not any finicky cutting, which I really, really enjoyed. So basically you've got the ear template and you've got the bag template. Then it asks you to kind of pre-fold down the little channel and stuff. It does say about the buttonhole to do it vertically. There was no way my buttonhole was cooperating to get that small in the little channel, so I actually did my buttonhole horizontally after a few trial bunnies, and I think it worked out really well. And then I was able to thread through all these ribbons while watching the final of the Masters. So this is what they look like flat, and then as you see, these are them filled with all kinds of treats, and I think these are adorable, and they will be gifted at Easter. So that was my little Easter sewing. I finished my Mia messenger bag, which I love. I'm not going to stress this enough. I absolutely love it. So here it is in this fabulous quilted fabric that I got from the fabric counter ages ago. It was originally meant to line a Wildwood gilet, which I did, which is great. So here's the front pockets, which are done beautifully with this kind of facing. Then I've got my lovely Sarah Hearts label and my matching, put on my Sarah Hearts charm here as well. Can you see it? There you go. Absolutely fabulous. And then the back is just plain. You could of course put pockets on the back as well. It's got this beautiful long strap. I used the medium size strap, which I think is perfect on me. Then it's got this beautiful facing on the inside and a zip, which has 2 little tabs out like this. So there is a kind of gap and you just tuck those into the end. Lovely finish, really, really nice finish. This is a Purple Stitches zip, and then this is a Studio 77 zip pull. It's a little thread. I've got my Sarah Hearts. Then on the inside, on this side, you've got a welt pocket. The instructions are given in the pattern, and I've got my little Studio 77 dolphins. This rainbow zip is from the Crafty Studio, so beautiful welt pocket. This cotton was just in my stash. I think I got it from my aunt years ago, and you might recognise it as it also became the fronds on my carrot. Waste not, want not. So huge big roomy bag, lovely boxed outside, enormous. Then I added a lanyard because that's just how I roll. And then on the other side, I did do the device pocket, which comes as 1 if you have a laptop, something like that. I separated into 3, so then I just used the middle one for my phone. I just measured it. I can't say how much I love this bag. It's just so nice. The construction is great. Beware of your notches. It does take an awful lot of cutting out. It is quite fabric hungry, but I think if you have the wherewithal to do it, I think it's a fabulous, fabulous pattern. I think it's not necessarily the new Bestie bag because the Bestie bag is an awful lot quicker. This has shades of the Bestie bag about it, but it's a gorgeous construction and the instructions are just fabulous and all the notches line up. It was just a joy to sew. It really, really was. So the reason I wanted to get this sewn up was also the reason that I got very, very little sewing done this week because I went to Paris with the lovely Mr. French Seams, and I wore this the whole time and it held all my treats and all my treasures, and it was just fabulous. But we had the most fabulous time in Paris. I did mention last week that we were going away, but I didn't want to count my chickens. You know, things happen, small children. But we did manage to get away and it was marvellous, and I will hopefully have more on that in a future vlog, but I wanted to get you out a tiny vlog today. But yes, the French Seams went to Paris. It was fabulous. So Mia the messenger bag, excellent travel bag, really, really good. So that's basically my week. So very, very little sewing, but as you can, hopefully you'll forgive me for extenuating circumstances not being in the country. So what are my plans? So I have a few little plans. Next week, my sewing room is always covered in fluff, and one lovely viewer said it was little fairies, which I'm just going to say yes it is. So apologies if there's always little dust bunnies flying around the place. As I said, I usually prioritise sewing over hoovering and dusting, so I do apologise if you can see little things around. I apologise. So yes, back to reality. So next week you will see my Sew April blouse vlog, which will come out early next week. So I actually wore those blouses in Paris as well, which is fabulous. So I'm not going to reveal them before you've seen the inspiration vlog through the power of the internet. So that'll come out next week. I also want to film a makes vlog. So I need to show you all my makes from January and February. and March and almost April, but let's put them in smaller chunks. I need to make a makes vlog for January and February, so I'd like to do that next week and have that out to you shortly as well. Oh, actually on that, I would like to say a huge thank you to everybody who watched my French Seams favourites vlog. I loved making those videos, and thank you so much to everybody who watched them, and everybody who said they really enjoyed the series. It was really, really great fun to do it, so I will link a playlist up here and down below of the 4 French Seams favourites vlogs, so thank you very, very much on that. I also have a number of collaborations coming over the next few months, which I really, really love doing. So I've got a couple of makes, different various makes, and with lovely friends, fellow vloggers, fellow Instagrammers, which is really great. So they're going to be coming up over the next few months, so I want to get cracking on those. So you can see it's very, very busy. A few makes I would like to make actually this month is, or this week I should say, is a Bertha cardigan. So I've never made this. It is from the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book, and this is the Bertha cardigan here. It's a really cool bat wing cardigan. I've always kind of been taken by it, but never really got around to making it. So if I show you, does it give you any nice inspiration pictures? No, I'll show you the line drawings. Basically a bat wing cardigan, which I think looks really, really nice. And when I was in the Stitch Festival in, sorry, all the fluff, in Bornella Fabrics, I picked up this amazing fabric, and I initially wanted to make a t-shirt out of this, and then I realized that it's actually a French terry, so I regrouped. So it's a fleeceback French terry, so I thought maybe not a t-shirt. So what I'm going to do is I combined it with this beautiful pink fabric that I got recently from the Crafty Studio. It's another beautiful fleeceback French terry. They're not exactly the same pink, but I think you'll forgive me that they're good enough. So I think these will make a really, really cute Bertha cardigan. I think that'd be very nice. So I'll see how much. I just have a metre of this, so I might see how much I get out for that pattern. It looks quite fabric hungry, you know, the way raglan sleeves sometimes are quite large. So either I'll do, say, the front and back in this, and the sleeves and that, or I'll do the front and sleeves and this, and the back and that, and the ribbing, or the band I should say. So watch this space, but I think this would be really, really cute for summer as she looks out of the rain. So that's one of my plans for sure. I don't think that'll take too long to sew up, but I think it's really, really cute. I do want to have a look at this sizing. I'm usually Tilly and the Buttons 4 grading to a 5. That seems quite cropped. I did make the pearl cardigan with no alterations, and that was very, very high waist on me. So if you do have any tips on making the Bertha cardigan, please let me know. So that's one thing I'd like to do. I also got some beautiful fabric this week. So I got, you might have seen on Instagram, I got fabric from Rainbow Fabrics from their recent drop, which I just love. So this beautiful Indian block print with these little elephants. Does anybody remember that cartoon Barbar back in the day? That it reminds me of that, of the little elephant. I loved that cartoon. So I would like to make summer pajamas out of these. I do have the assembly line free pajama pattern that I made last year. The top fits me, the shorts never really fit me, so if I adjust the sizing, but I think that'd be perfect again for summer. I love working with Indian block print. I only started working with it last year and I really enjoyed it, and this washed and dried perfectly. This was line dried, sadly no more. This one I need to throw in the washing machine, but this is a beautiful broderie anglaise fabric in this beautiful pink. I think they call it candy pink, which I love, and I would like to make a Donny shirt out of this. I think it would look really, really nice. I will wear a cami under it. And I was researching about sewing with broderie anglaise, so I found a really good article. I think it's by Love Notions, which I'll pop down below. I have sewn broderie anglaise once before, a beautiful border one that I got from Beyond the Pink Door ages ago. I made a hack. I wonder, can I find a picture of the sagebrush top, but I made it very, very short frilly sleeves using the border, so I'll see if I can find it. And I found it actually okay to sew with, but I will be conscious of the back and the front, and also seam finishes and things like that. And because it's got a yoke, it might be double layered, but I think that's okay. So I think this would look really, really cute as a Donny for the summer. I'm really keen to get that going. So with Rainbow Fabrics, I'm a brand ambassador for them, so if you use my code Rachel!VIP, you get 20% off, but I would keep an eye on their Instagram because they do have a sale coming very shortly, so keep an eye out. So that's another thing that they'll be kind of done over the next week or so, I would imagine. If you build it, they will come. If you make summer clothes, will the summer come? We'll see. The last thing I want to do this week is with Studio 77. So I took part in their bag making challenge last year, and I really, really enjoyed it. And we made this little bag, which is really cute. So I got beef fat quarters, and it's a little tote bag with little handles. You can use webbing. I didn't have any, so I just used self handles. It's got a little pocket, and then it's got a beautiful zip insertion, which I'd never done before. So I loved making this last year. So I was keen to join their bag challenge again this year. And so that's starting this week. There's going to be, I think it's Facebook Lives every week, so whether or not I can join in at the time or catch up later, but they're making a beautiful boxed pouch, which I'll pop in a picture here. It looks really, really nice. I'm really keen to get that started. I love Studio 77. I was really happy to visit them at the Stitch Festival, so I'll be really keen now to see how Emma makes that bag, because in making that tote bag, there was definitely techniques that I hadn't used before, so I really, really enjoyed that. So that's what I would like to do this week as well. So I'm looking around. I think that's everything I wanted to catch up with. It's going to be a short, I'll definitely make it in under 20 minutes. This is great. A definitely short, chatty catch-up vlog today. One other thing I would like to mention, I would like to give a massive shout out to my wonderful friend Katherine from Silverton Makery. Katherine is running the London Marathon next weekend, so she has been doing amazing training, just amazing, and she's running it for a fabulous charity called Bliss, and it's to support premature babies and their families. Fabulous charity. So I will link her Just Giving page below, so there's absolutely no obligation, of course there isn't, but if you are able, then it'd be wonderful just to support her in her definitely her marathon efforts. She's going to be absolutely brilliant. I know she is, but and I know you're with me in supporting her and cheering her all along the way, but I know that anything she raises, she is terribly grateful, so thank you very, very much. But yeah, we'll just give her a big, well, I'm certainly going to be giving her a huge virtual cheer next weekend. So I think I shall leave it there for now. I hope you're all well. I hope you all have a wonderful Easter if you celebrate, whether you're with friends, whether you're with family. I hope you just all have a lovely, lovely weekend. I hope you all have some time to sew. If you like this video, I'd very much love it if you would give me a thumbs up, and also please consider subscribing. It really makes me happy to see the numbers creep up. It really, really does. It means that hopefully I'm doing something right. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you want to leave me a comment below on anything I've spoken about, if you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment box below. I love having the chats, love hearing about what you're sewing. If you have an experience in sewing the Bertha cardigan, please let me know. But I shall leave it there for now. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will talk to you all again very soon in another video. Take care, everyone. Bye.